exactly who I am. It's great the foundation, but still other books as well that help to form who I am as a man, help me form my identity, help me to form what it is I want to accomplish. I remember back in 2004, when I was in the National Guard, I got deployed in center season. Someone handed me a book. He said, "You want to read this?" John Edwards' About Art. I read that book multiple times. As a hoot, and I would just read it. And I probably read that through that book 3 different times. And it just really spoke to me in a profound way. It spoke to me in a way has been sometimes we just kind of assume the life that we have to go through the motion. Those things, setting what it is we need to get through life. But this book spoke totally to me in the sense that sometimes as men, we have to pursue what is we want. What is we want out of our life? What is you want? And be very clear and very focused because deep inside our soul, deep inside our spirit is that yearning to be more. And that's what that book spoke to me about. And during that year when I was gone, it really resonated with me. It really resonated in a deep way that I understood that when I got home, it said change things about my perspective and change some things about what it is I wanted to accomplish, who I wanted to be, how I would build that life, who I wanted to serve. And totally formed a lot of things for me. Another book that I read a couple years later, Paulo Coelho's The Alchemist. And we'll go in life. Life is always about journey. Life is always about a journey. And when you're on the journey, you never know where it's necessarily where it's going to take. And sometimes that journey took us far away, only to understand what we originally had, where we were at, is what we need to embrace. That's how it spoke to me. It was a story about a man who was looking for something, looking for the ability to create gold. We all want to have gold in our lives. Sometimes that gold is right there where we're at, but we don't see it until we go on this journey only to understand we had it all along. That's how the book spoke to me. And the last book that really resonated with me, I read this book fairly periodically. I read it I did several times starting my year. Vic Frankl's Mr. for me. But the one thing about life is no guarantee that life is going to go the way we want. And the other guarantee of life is nothing going to happen that are out of our control. But what we can control how we gauge those situations, how we respond to the things that are going to happen to us. And that's how that book told me. If you're familiar with the book, it's out of man, Victor Frankl, a Jewish man who was imprisoned by the Nazis, thrown to a concentration camp. He was able to write about his experiences getting through the concentration camp, how it changed personally, how he was able to understand life in a different way. That's how we all experience life. Things are not going to happen the way we want. It's just not going to do that. But how we embrace those things when life doesn't go the way we want. Seek the foundation of who we are. Speak to the foundation of what it means to be a man of character, a man of integrity, a man puts one man focus. 3 books that changed my life, and I continue to read, and I love reading nonfiction. I'll be honest that the majority of the fiction that I read was when I was in college, and I took some English literature classes and I read some fiction. And I think it's fiction. I prefer nonfiction, and whatever that may be, hey, embrace this period of your life, season, and read. Spend some time reading. Make it a point you're going to read X number of books over the next month, next 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, whatever that may be. And just experience it. To read them. Those authors really speak to you. There's some authors I read multiple books of theirs because the messages they deliver, the mentorship that they provided me through their written word has allowed me to become the man I want to be as I mentor for others as well. So again, have a mentor and be a mentor. Find those books that speak to you and challenge yourself with the books. Challenge yourself. And one of the things I always do, I can never be a person with a Kindle. I'm too. I love the days of writing in the margins. So and also collecting books. I have a book collection of room shows where I have a song, and I just like to do that as it reminder me of the people that spoken in my life and how I allowed them to do that. So be a reader. Remind yourself that leaders are readers. If you have some place in your area in your life, maybe you're struggling a little bit, let's find a book to speak to that. Find an author that speaks to that space. Think about it. Take notes. Embrace sense time. Really reflect on the words they're really reflect on mentorship they're providing you through their written word. And that's the power of reading. That's the power of being a man or just a leader yourself. Reading those who provide their wisdom of their personal experiences. No personal experiences are good. I've learned more about somebody's personal experience where they've had failings. And be also, my failings is where I've learned best about myself. So spend some time reading. Journal your thoughts too. That you can take those vignettes of what you experience right down. Just some thoughts today on June 10th, 2026, and happened to be other day like today. June 10th, 2026 is your shot the most of this. So let's be bold. Let's make the most of this. We'll have a great day. I'll again soon.